to my kindergarten and first grade friends. It is Miss V, Miss Voth here. I first hope that you recognize my color wheel earrings. I was so excited to get these in the mail from another art teacher. We've actually watched some of her lessons of the hot chocolate lesson. She was the teacher behind the screen, remember, the silly art teacher in the background. But I hope you see these earrings and think of all of the art projects we got to do together in the art room, on the color wheel, in the primary colors and the secondary colors. Boys and girls, this is our last big week together before it is summertime. I know this has been such a funky way to end the school year, but I am just so thankful that I get 5 more years with my kindergarten friends and 4 more years with my first grade friends. So I'm going to create a video right after this, and you get to pick from 3 different art projects this week. The first one is going to be a video on how to draw an ice cream sundae. Now, I am going to have a video of how to draw this ice cream sundae, but on Wednesday at 3 o'clock on Dojo, you can find the Zoom link, and we're going to draw these together. Most of you, not most of you, but a lot of you I have been seeing over the past couple of weeks on Zoom, and I've loved seeing your faces. So, if I see you, awesome. If not, watch the video on how to draw a sundae. Your second option is going to be making a mandala, which is one of those beautiful designs that starts in the middle and then goes out. I will show you mandala pictures linked in this video very shortly. And then the last one, the last project you can pick from is making salt dough. Now, you can only make salt dough if your grown-up says you can make salt dough and if they are going to help you, because it can get a little messy, but it's basically making Play-Doh or a substance, something like Play-Doh, out of 3 materials. So you pick which one you want to do. For my friends that are very creative and like to be little artists, you could choose to do all 3 if you would like, okay? I love you, I miss you, and I will see you next year, boys and girls. Bye. If you are choosing to do an ice cream sundae, then grab a blank piece of paper and something to draw with. I'm going to draw mine with black marker as always, boys and girls, but if you are drawing this at home, please use pencil or crayon. So to get started with our ice cream sundae, we're going to start basically in the middle, but you might come down just a tad bit, and you're going to draw a smile line, like the bottom of a smiley face, the smile on a smiley face. Draw that line. And then you are going to make the letter U and connect them from side to side. I am going to go a little bit faster in this video since I'm giving you 3 different options to choose from. I don't want to make the video too long. After you have your U, you're going to come down to the bottom and do a short little diagonal line. And then do the same, do a short diagonal line out to the side. Then we're going to connect our 2 diagonal lines with another smiley face line. Inside of this shape that we just made, you're going to do 3 ovals in a row. I want you to come back up to our ice cream container, and we're going to add a couple of lines inside. These should not be straight lines, they should be just slightly curved. Depending on how big you made your ice cream container, depends on how many lines you'll be able to fit inside. Now in these shapes, I want you to make little bumps. We're just putting a little bit of a decorative design onto our ice cream container, so come down and bump it back up. Come down and bump it back up, and come down and bump it back up. One last thing to add on the bottom of your ice cream container is a circle. If you don't have room to complete it, that's okay. It will just bump off of the paper. And our ice cream container is finished. Now we're going to add some hot fudge chocolate right on the top of our container. And these are just small little bumps. Small little bumps to look like hot fudge. You can make it look like it's running down the container if you want. A big droop of hot fudge. Now I'm going to make my ice cream sundae with 3 scoops of ice cream, but you may add however many you would like. 1, 2, 3. If you want hot fudge on your ice cream scoop, then you may add it. Now I need to add my Cool Whip or my whipped cream, so it's bumpy lines again that are coming towards the middle. But you want to leave an opening at the top so that you can fit your cherry. So draw a circle, give your cherry a stem. And then add some sprinkles, which are just small little baby rectangles. I'm putting my sprinkles in my whipped cream or my Cool Whip, but you may add yours also, if you choose to, on your ice cream scoops or on the hot fudge inside. And some of you have heard this term before if we drew donuts together in your class. If you notice right now, it kind of looks like our ice cream is just floating in the air. Maybe not if your circle on the bottom of your ice cream dish touched the bottom of the paper. But we're going to make it look like there's a table behind our ice cream. And if you are in first grade, then you all should be familiar with this horizon line checkerboard pattern we're about to make. So you can leave it like this and your table can just be all the same. Or if you want to add another layer onto your ice cream, you will draw another horizontal line across the paper, and then you're going to draw some vertical lines, which are straight up and down across. Now you really want your squares to try to be squares, rectangles, depending on how big you made them. You don't want to get super stressed out and frustrated, you guys, if they're not the same size, but you do want to try to kind of keep them as close to the same size as you can. And now you have an ice cream sundae, and you can color it however you like. When you're coloring in your ice cream scoops, be thinking about what your favorite flavor of ice cream is. This is sculpture artist Andy Goldsworthy. Andy uses mandalas, which you see here, as his inspiration for his art. Mandalas are from the Asian culture, and they represent the way the earth is round. Andy uses things he finds in nature to create his mandalas. Here are some of his sculptures. You will notice most of his nature mandalas show movement. They show movement by moving in a circular pattern outwards. Most have a circle or something in the middle, indicating where the mandala starts. Students at Willow Lake in grades 2nd and 3rd created a nature mandala for one of their e-learning assignments as well. Here are a few of their wonderful examples. You could go outside on a nature scavenger hunt and find pine cones, sticks, walnuts, pieces of grass, leaves, flowers, weeds, rocks, and multiple other things. If you can't get outside, you could try making a mandala inside using food. Here are a few examples. Make sure a grown-up is nearby to help you with your food mandalas to make sure no food is wasted. Here is an example where students did not have to take the food out of the packaging. With a grown-up, mix a half a cup of flour with 1/4 a cup of salt. Slowly stir in the water until you have a texture similar to Play-Doh. Here are some of the designs art teacher Mrs. Stevens came up with using her salt dough. If you would like to create salt dough that is colored, you will need to have a grown-up's permission to use food coloring. If your food coloring container only has the primary colors, remember you may mix your primary colors together to get secondary colors.